We are 99%. There'll be blue skies when the chemtrails are all gone. There'll be blue skies when the chemtrails are all gone. There'll be blue skies when the chemtrails and their evil contrails. Blue skies when the chemtrails are all gone. You can stick your coronavirus up your arm. You can stick your coronavirus up your arm. You can stick your coronavirus. You can prove the virus. Stick your coronavirus up your arm. We are 99%. Singing we are 99%. Singing we are 90. Together we are 90. We are 99%. You can stick your poison vaccines up your arm. You can stick your poison vaccines up your arm. You can stick your poison vaccines. Stick your poison vaccines. Stick your poison vaccines up your arm. We are 99%. Singing we are 99%. Singing we are 90. Together we are 90. We are 99%. Oh, I'd rather be a human than a slave. Oh, I'd rather be a human than a slave. Oh, I'd rather be a human. Don't you know that you can rather be a human than a slave? Singing we are 99%. Singing we are 99%. Singing we are 90. Together we are mighty. We are 99%. You can stick your new world order up your arse. You can stick your new world order up your arse. You can stick your new world order. Stick your new world order. Stick your new world order up your arse.
It's Lucy and Jeff going for walks and talks, talk about banksters and Bitcoin and globalists and stuff. It's Lucy and Jeff and tacos and kisses. How you doing today, Lucy? I'm pretty good. It's a little cold. Great, huh? But we're going on another trip again soon to some nice tropical place. So in the meantime, we got some tacos and I got the kisses. Yeah, you can stick your New World Order up your ass. Great song there from On the Street, I think in England, by the sounds of them. And we're back, even though in our last video I talked about how our previous video was removed 3 times from YouTube and basically from Facebook as well. And then our last video was actually removed and we got a strike. Oh, Lucy's really going after the birds. Lucy Ven? Lucy! Lucy Ven? Ah, it's my girl. Yeah, my girl. It's like the Kentucky Derby. Yeah, my girl. Well, one good thing about this cold weather is that it's very comfortable for Lucy. She definitely starts running a lot more when it's nice and... It's actually cold. It feels like Canada in like the late fall. And I'm in Mexico, and it's technically still summer. This whole global warming isn't really working out.
How dare you!
I don't know how I dare, Greta. But anyway, our last video, after we had the other one removed 3 times, we put up the last one, and it was called The New World Order Normal Keeps Marching On. And within a couple hours, it was deleted off of YouTube, and then immediately we got a strike. And what that means is, when you get a strike, you can't upload for a week. That's what happened to Max Egan recently. And when you get 3 strikes, you're out. It's like baseball. But, so we were like, okay, well, we're used to this. It's the communist guidelines, they call it. And but something strange happened. About 12 hours later, all of a sudden the video was back on YouTube, and all of a sudden we could post again. So I don't know if there's like some angel
inside of YouTube, a TDB supporter or something, because this actually has happened to us a few times now. They've given us strikes in the past, and then a few hours later, everything's fine. We don't even get an email or anything. So I think there's like a good guy on the inside. He's like, nope. So thank you to whoever that is. And yeah, so they put the video back up. So here's what they said. Our team has reviewed your content, and unfortunately, we think it violates our communist guidelines. We've removed the following content. YouTube doesn't allow content that explicitly disputes the efficacy of the World Hoax Organization or local health authorities. Relax, everyone. Government health experts are here. They're all the Walking Dead. These are the people advising you. But anyway, so I do want to say that always listen to the World Hoax Organization. Always. I don't want this video to get removed. I apologize, YouTube, for going against your communist guidelines. Anything that any government person says, you should do. And definitely the World Hoax Organization, which is like, it's run by a commie from Ethiopia. Yeah, you should definitely do whatever he says. So anyway, do whatever they say. So hopefully this video doesn't get deleted. Actually, I kind of assumed after we got that strike that because our last video got removed 3 times, I was like, I think we're done on YouTube. And actually it was a really good feeling. It was like, man, I can do videos the way I want now. I can say exactly what I want to say without going against the communist guidelines. But so our video that I think it was the one that got removed 3 times, we actually got featured on Snopes for it. Yeah, we made Snopes. Snopes is a joke, of course. It's like, whatever, it's just a bunch of propaganda, of course. But I was quite surprised to see that they so quickly labeled my video false. They said, many believers, including conspiracy theorist Jeff Berwick, dubbed the alleged change by the CDC evidence that people other than his followers were exaggerating the seriousness of the pandemic, and that everyone should be skeptical of rules on social distancing that halt the economy. So I read through the whole thing. I'll have the link to it down below. And it didn't really say anything about, like, it had a ton of just irrelevant sort of different information that, you know, all I was saying was that it's true. The CDC said 6% of the deaths that they say are from the COVIDs were just from the COVIDs. There was nothing else. And the other 94%, the other people had, in many cases, numerous what they call comorbidities. And that's all I said. And they you can go read it for yourself. They kind of go on and then just say it's false. And I'm like, I was just saying what the CDC said. But, you know, it's pretty incredible. A thing like Snopes is like watching a guy walking his dog in a video, just rambling on things, trying to disprove it. What do you think of that, Lucy? Yeah, Snopes can go pound tacos. Yeah, they can go pound tacos, Lucy. But it just goes to show how pathetic and like their narrative is so bad that they have to, like, it's like I'm walking my Lucy. Oh no. Oh no. Cough, yeah. I do feel a little bit like I got the blahs. This is it, guys. I'm gonna die. I got the COVID-19!
COVID-19! COVID-19!
Well, gee, why would we be criticizing a lot of the narrative? I wonder.
I'm just having a hard time understanding how they can say someone has COVID-19 when they're not even alive. Troy Whittington is baffled. This letter arrived from the Shelby County Health Department for his mother, Sandra Whittington. The letter says she's been diagnosed as COVID positive and needs to isolate. But according to her obituary, the 66-year-old died February 16th. That was weeks before the first case of COVID-19 was even detected in Shelby County.
It's been 6 months, almost 7, since she passed away. There was no testing that was done at that time. On her death certificate, it was stated what the cause of death was, and it was not COVID-19. It was COPD.
Whittington says when he called the health department, he was told she took a COVID-19 test June 20th, which was clearly impossible.
I tried to call the health department this morning, asked them why this is going on. She said she would have to get a supervisor. She was sorry for the mistake, or that she couldn't tell me any information until she got a supervisor, and I haven't heard back from them.
Whittington says this situation makes him question not only the Shelby County Health Department's COVID-19 statistics, but statistics across the country.
I would just like for the health department to be more accurate.
Whittington would also like to point out if his mom had been alive and tested positive in June, why did it take so long for the notification to go out?
We're talking 2 months later, she needs to be quarantined for 10 days. Well, we've already got 60 days from the time of the test to get the letter out to her, which is unacceptable.
Yeah, when dead people are receiving notifications that they have COVIDs, I hope I don't get deleted or banned for going against communist guidelines just for saying that, but that was on like some mainstream news channel. And then in England, there's a nurse, and this is my kind of nurse. She did a video on Facebook. Well, I'll play the video right now.
Car on the way to work, and I thought I would show you my certificate of bollocks. It's my certificate of bollocks, and it says this certificate. Well, it says certificate at the top, and then it says this certificate certifies that Louise Hampton made a difference to patients' NHS COVID-19 response. Thank you. Signed 25th of June 2020 by Kevin Brown, the National IUC Director. Okay, and I also got a badge as well. It's somewhere in my bag, but I can't find it at the moment. Yeah, so I made such a difference to the NHS COVID response. That's my proof. I have my NHS badge there. I'm an NHS worker. I also have a smart card which GPs have to access the system and your details and shit like that. So yeah, I'm an actual NHS worker, and apparently I worked really hard during COVID. Did I bollocks? That's why it's a certificate of bollocks, because our service was dead. We weren't getting the calls. It was dead. COVID is a load of bollocks. So this is my certificate of bollocks for everyone to see. Okay? And I didn't clap for the NHS. I didn't clap for myself, because why would I clap for myself when I did all? There you go. I'm on my way to work.
Just like we've been pointing out, almost all hospitals are completely empty. They've actually been shutting a lot of them down. And a lot of the nurses, they're all just doing TikTok dances because they've got nothing to do. There's no major problem happening. And so this woman, who's awesome, just goes, I don't want the certificate. I've been doing F all, which is great. And, well, what a surprise. She's now under investigation. You can't tell people what you think. And in Australia, where we featured Porky the Pig yesterday.
Staying at home and not leaving home to protest is the best way to ensure that we can recover our lives, recover our jobs, and recover some sense of normality.
The Pillsbury Doughboy.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
And I forgot to mention, I saw a ton of people in the comments mentioned it. Nice little insignias behind you there, Porky. a upside down pentagram with a red crown above it. And so that tub of lard warned that him and all of his gang members were going to be out on the streets terrorizing people if people go against the lockdowns. And that happened. So in Melbourne on Saturday, they had quite a large protest actually. And the police were like, it basically looks like what you kind of expect to see in like Nazi Germany or Stalinist Russia or Trump's USSA. It's just the cops are just running around, grabbing people, kidnapping people, extorting people, for their own safety, of course.
Police singled out more than a dozen protesters, and if anyone else got in the way, they were targeted too.
Unbelievable. Officer, are you for real, mate? Are you for real, brother?
Right around Australia, there'd been a call to arms to hold these Freedom Day rallies, but with such events already considered illegal, freedom was always going to be lost. So at every protest, there were arrests. In Hyde Park, 3 people were detained and 1 was in need of medical attention. While in Melbourne, a city strangled by a 60-day lockdown, there was a mass breakout. Violent clashes as people rebelled against restrictions. Police boarded up the city with roadblocks, but they couldn't stop more than 300 people invading the Shrine of Remembrance.
And we featured a guy, his name's Avi Yemeni. When we talked about, I think it was the pregnant woman who was getting arrested, we actually featured his video. He appears to be quite popular in Australia. He's got quite a large following. I think he also now works for Rebel Media. But he was at the event. He even got permission from the government, which is ridiculous. But here's what happened to him.
I'm media. I am media. I'm media. I've got my permit in my pocket. My permit is in my pocket. I'm fine. I've got my permit in my pocket. I work for Rebel News. I am lawfully here.
Yeah, Australia. And even worse than what you just saw there was they kind of let him out afterwards. And then they dropped by his house late at night. And he actually recorded the audio. I don't think there's any video, but he recorded the audio, and I'll play just a bit of it here.
I wasn't involved in a protest.
Okay. Well, your name's...
I wasn't... No.
You were there, though. So let's not dispute that.
Are you going to Channel 9 tonight? Are you going to Channel 9's house? Are you going to the journalists in Channel 7, Channel 9? Are you going to their house tonight to compliance check?
If their name's on our list because they were processed for hindering, then yes, we will be.
So I was there as media.
Okay.
And the world's seen exactly like the first 10 seconds of the arrest.
Yeah.
Which is not the whole video. I've got everything from the moment that you guys let me into the rally, checked all my paperwork, and then arrested me. I was never asked. I was never asked to move on. Nothing like that. That is a lie.
Okay, well, I'm not here to dispute that. Your name's...
So I've never not complied. You're coming to my house with my kids in the middle of the night when I have never not complied. I'm like every other journalist here. Don't come to my house.
Okay, your name's on our list because there's...
What's your name?
I'm Senior Constable Barrett.
Barrett.
I'm from Frankston Police, if it narrows it down.
Yeah, so you can take me off your list because you're not welcome at my house to do a compliance check to journalists who you're unlawful.
If we've got information that suggests that you're acting improperly,
show me one place where I've acted. I report. I'm a commentator. I'm in the media. Don't come to my house then.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I like the way that he responded to them. Here in Mexico, the response wouldn't be anywhere near that nice. You'd hear about cops being dead if they showed up at your house here. But right at the very end, you could hear the cop go, "We'll see you tomorrow." It's like all intimidation tactics. And as with anything to do with government, it's always the opposite of what they say it is. So almost all these people have been arrested and beat up and extorted by the thugs in Australia. they're all charged with incitement, when really that's one of the things the government's doing to them. And there was actually another video which was actually Avi featured as well, and it was from the title is "Ex-Soldier Arrested for Facebook Post in Melbourne," and it was just a guy who made a Facebook post, and they came slamming through his door, broke down the door, and jumped on him. And here's what happened.
All I want to say right now is that I'm going to go. I can't encourage, or I can't recommend, I can't suggest anyone else to go, because you're all adults and you can make up your own mind. You do what you want to do. If you want to go, sure. If you don't, sure, right? But I'm going to go at a distance, check it out, like even if we can get into the area, because there are going to be a lot of people still going.
Yeah, because I'm trying to talk to you first. You're not telling me what you're doing. Yeah, what's it? Search warrant for what? What gives you the authority to have a search warrant? Whoa, you do that. You know what? Leave my shit. Don't break my stuff, you fucking retard. Hey, stop breaking my shit. Leave my shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, okay. All right, stop. I'll stop. Okay. All right. Okay, stop. I'm compliant. Stop resisting. You took your hands behind your back.
So it's great to see a lot of people in Australia getting out and standing up to this complete tyranny, which is unbelievable and going to get much worse unless people continue to stand up to it. And I actually think there's so many people awake to this now that there'll be just more and more of this. And of course, they're expecting this. This was all in the Rockefeller lockstep document that will be in the face of rising citizen pushback. So they're, really rolling out the police state, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Oh, there's a cute little red bird. I don't know if you can see that. So cute. But one of the interesting things about FBI book is they keep saying I'm impersonating. I don't know who I'm impersonating. But it's pretty funny because I'm actually kicked off of Facebook. They actually stopped using it this February. I've stopped using all social media, and I have to tell you, one of the best things I've ever done in my life. It's improved my life so much. I don't have to hear what everyone's thinking and doing and what they had for dinner. Like that stuff, it's like just fills up your mind with useless information. But anyway, so I didn't even use it in February. Since February, and then around a month or two ago, so months later, I hadn't even been using it. I got a message that I've been kicked off Facebook. And I was like, okay, I don't care. But it's kind of funny because if I try to even log on, especially from like the same computer or the same network even, or even if I try to start a new account, it's like, oh, we know who you are. It's almost like Facebook's looking at me like, you're not coming back in. It's kind of like if you're really drunk and they kick you out of the bar. I've had this happen a few times. and you try to get back in. Basically, Facebook's giving me the same look the bouncers look. It's like, no, you're not coming back in. But one of the interesting things is they say I'm impersonating. I'm not allowed on FBI book. And now there's tons, and I mean tons of people impersonating me on FBI book. So they kick me off. And then anyone who wants to act like me, they don't kick off. And I've heard so many people, dozens or hundreds of people saying, I got contacted by some guy saying he was you on Facebook and he wanted me to send him Bitcoin. So hopefully most people are smart enough to realize that's not me. But I have a friend who, he knew it wasn't me because he knows I would never, we're good friends. Well, he sent me the message that happened. So he says, this is my friend, I know you are Jeff, of course. Penis. Sorry, I meant to send that to a girl. Jeff, where are you? Jeff, how do I invest? Do you really want to invest, the scammer says. Yes, please. What's my return? How fast is the turnaround, penis? 1 week returns, he said. How much? Then the scammer says, I'm done with your insults. Why all this insults? My friend responded, sorry, spell check is so messed up. I'm sorry, Jeff. So if I give you 5 BTC, what do I get back? Yeah, it's just our crazy world. It's funny too, because on Instagram and all those other things, like even when we post for like, you know, the Dollar Vigilante and all that, I've been asking them for like years, can you give me that blue check mark or whatever it is? Because so many people try to act like me on your thing and they never do. And then all these other guys that are just trying to scam people, they don't kick off. Pretty typical. But hopefully a lot of people stop using all that stuff. You know, if you're still using YouTube, like, why would you? If you're not paying for the premium, and if you are paying for the premium, you're of course giving Google, the alphabet agency, more money to destroy the world with. If you're not using premium, you're getting like tons of ads. If you go on BitChute or Library, LBRY or DTube, you don't get any of that kind of stuff. And you don't get the censorship. You know, I really don't understand why anyone would even still be, you know, regularly using YouTube. You know, I still use it if someone sends me a video or whatever. But, you know, a lot of these things, hopefully I'll just go away. Hopefully Google and Facebook, I'll turn into basically MySpace in the next few years. That'd be great. But anyway, we're taking off. We've got a little bit delayed. But where's Lucy? Lucy! We were supposed to go a few days ago, but we got a little delayed because of something. But basically by the time you see this video, we'll be almost taking off. And we're going to go somewhere warmer because holy cow, it's like freezing cold. I'm like shivering. I think Lucy went in the house. Lucy! Yeah, she probably did. She's probably too cold. But anyway, so we're actually loading up the RV right now, and we're going to put all our dogs in it. All 7 dogs and all of our staff. And then we're going to take a private jet to where we're going, and we'll see them there. Yeah, we're totally not doing the RV right, I don't think. Where the heck is Lucy? Lucy! Is she that cold? Oh, there she is. Where'd you go?
Oh, I just thought I smelled some tacos over there. But yeah, you know, if people, please like, subscribe, share this video. And if you want any Lucy merch, just go to dollarvigilante.com/store. And if you want to check out that webinar on how to survive the Cornholio apocalypse, just go to dollarvigilante.com/max. And yeah, I think I'm not going to the RV. I think I'm going on the private jet. I'm kind of a little bit spoiled, you could say. But, you know, as long as we got some tacos, I got the curses.
Every day, you wake up to more bad news. More infections, more riots, more violence, more unemployed, more fake money, more businesses going under, and worse. And while it's obvious the world is facing a monumental shift, knowing how not only to survive these tough times, but knowing how to turn them around financially is almost impossible. Jeff Berwick and Max Wright have been warning of this coming crash for years. And now everything they've taught has come to a final explosive peak. This means it's time to stop talking about what's coming and instead show you exactly how to take advantage of the greatest profit-making opportunity of our lifetime. What Jeff and Max have discovered is that there's never been a better opportunity for average people to move from where they are financially today to where they want to be, if they know which asset classes to move into and out of and when. That's why Jeff and Max created this free training. In it, Max will teach you the top secret strategies that will take you from wherever you are today to financially free with $100,000 per year in residual income in just 18 months, even if you only have $5,000 in your savings account today. So you'll never have to worry about how you're going to make mortgage payments, put food on the table, travel anywhere in the world you want, or cover any of life's little surprises ever again. For instance, you'll discover everything he's learned about what asset classes are about to boom and which are about to crash, along with exact timeframes for each, so you're always one step ahead of the pack and able to build any level of wealth you desire. He'll also teach you how to navigate the 3 distinct phases of the coming crash, so you'll know exactly where to move your investments and when, so you're never left questioning your decisions or holding the bag in a crashing asset class. Plus, you'll learn a foolproof method for navigating the tectonic shift that everyone knows is coming, but will leave most people crushed. This tactic will allow you to magnify your wealth many times over for a larger home, faster car, bigger boat, or the luxurious vacations you've always wanted. That's just a small fraction of what you'll learn in this free webinar. It covers so much more. It's the exact step-by-step strategies and investment moves you need to make over the next 18 months to 2 years to turn $5,000 into a life-changing residual income of complete financial independence. Don't enter the new normal unaware, uneducated, and unprepared for what's coming next. Click the button below and discover how to turn $5,000 into $100,000 per year of residual income and much more, starting right now.